Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. In my previous video, I have talked about addition and subtraction of decimals. If you haven't watched that video yet, please click the suggested video above. For this video, we are going to talk about multiplication and division of fractions. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please click the subscribe button and the bell button for notifications. For multiplication of fractions, to find the product of fractions, we simply multiply the numerators and multiply the denominators. Write the answer in simplest form or in lowest term, such as A over B multiplied to C over D is equal to AC over BD. Let's have an example. This is an example of a problem using multiplication of fractions. It takes Ida 3/4 of an hour to complete a piece of cross stitch. How many hours will it take her to complete a dozen pieces? Now, analyzing the problem, we are going to use multiplication. That is, we will multiply 3/4 and 12. That gives us 3/4, and 12 is a whole number with a denominator of 1. So we multiply them. 3 and 12 gives us 36, and 4 and 1 multiplied gives us 4. Now we change it to a whole number, 9. Thus, Ida can complete a dozen pieces in 9 hours. Since I love to make things easy, let's do it this way. 3/4 multiplied by 12 over 1. Since 12 is a whole number, its denominator is 1. Now in multiplication, cancellation is vertical and or diagonal. This applies in multiplication and division of fractions. In addition and subtraction of fractions, cancellation is only vertical. If you haven't watched my video in addition of fractions, you should watch it now. Click the suggested video above because I taught a lot of techniques. I taught there the butterfly method, the easy way to add and subtract fractions. Now, since we can cancel diagonally, we can cancel 12 and 4 because they have a common factor, and that is 4. 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3, and 4 divided by 4 is equal to 1. That gives us a fraction that is 3 over 1 multiplied to 3 over 1. Now that's easier to multiply. We multiply 3 and 3. The numerator is equal to 9, and multiply 1 and 1. The denominator is equal to 1. Now we change the improper fraction 9 over 1 into a whole number because 9 divided by 1 is equal to 9. And that is 9 hours, our final answer. Let's have another example. Find the product of 3/5 and 2/3. We multiply the numerator by numerator and denominator by denominator, 6 over 15. Then we simplify by dividing both the numerator and denominator with the GCF, that is 3, that gives us 3/3, that is equal to 2/5. Thus, the product is 2/5. Let's make it easy. Using our cancellation method, again, we can cancel diagonally. 3 and 3, because we have a common factor, that is 3. Now we divide 3 by 3, gives us 1. 3 divided by 3 gives us 1. That gives us a brand new fractions. 1/5 multiplied by 2 over 1. 1 multiplied by 2 and 5 multiplied by 1 gives us 2/5. And that is our final answer. The reason why we do the cancellation in multiplication, division, addition, subtraction of fractions is to reduce the fractions into smaller numbers so that it would be easier for us to multiply, divide, add, or subtract. Next, for division of fractions. To divide fractions, multiply the dividend by the multiplicative inverse or the reciprocal of the divisor. We have talked about the multiplicative inverse in our previous videos, so I hope you watched that, and if you haven't watched that video, please click the suggested video above. If the given is a mixed fraction, change to improper fraction and follow the first rule. A over B divided by C over D is equal to A over B multiplied to D over C. That is equal to AD over BC. Let's apply. Consider the situation. A 20-liter tank is to be filled with water by repeatedly pouring from a can which holds 2.5 liters. How many water pouring from a can are needed to fill the tank? This calls for a division sentence. Now 20 divided by 2 1/2 is equal to 20 divided by 5/2, changing mixed fraction to improper fraction. Then 20 over 1 is equal to 2/5 because 2/5 is the reciprocal of 5 over 2. 20 multiplied by 2, 1 multiplied by 5 gives us 40 over 5, or simply 8. Thus, it requires 8 pourings of water to fill the 20-liter tank. Using the cancellation method, we can also apply that. Remember, cancellation in multiplication and division of fractions is only vertical and or diagonal. And we cannot divide or multiply fractions that are in mixed form. So to change mixed fraction to improper fraction, for the numerator, we multiply the whole number by the denominator and add the product to the numerator. For the denominator, we simply copy the denominator. Let's apply. 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 4. Then we add 1, which gives us 5 as the numerator. Now our brand new fraction is 20 over 1 divided by 5/2. Next, we proceed to the reciprocal of 5/2, that is 2/5, and we change the process to multiplication. We have 20 over 1 multiplied to 2/5. Now look at the numbers. We can find common factor of 20 and 5, and they are diagonal. Therefore, we can apply cancellation. The GCF of 20 and 5 is 5, so we divide 20 by 5, it gives us 4. We divide 5 by 5, it gives us 1. And our brand new fractions are now with the same value but of smaller numbers. 4 over 1 multiplied to 2 over 1 is equal to, simply multiply 4 and 2, 1 and 1. 4 and 2 gives us 8 as the numerator, and 1 multiplied by 1 gives us 1 as the denominator. Therefore, our answer, 8 over 1, changed to a whole number, is equal to 8, or 8 water pourings. Another example, find the quotient of 6 2/3 divided by 1 1/2. We convert the mixed fractions into improper fractions, and then we change division to multiplication. We get the reciprocal of the divisor, and we proceed to multiplication. 20 multiplied by 2 is 40, and 3 multiplied by 3 is 9, or that is equal to 4 and 4/9. To make it easier, let's have the examples again. 6 2/3 divided by 1 1/2. Here are our notes. We change the fractions into improper fractions. 1 multiplied by 2 is equal to 2, plus 1 is equal to 3. That's the numerator of our improper fraction, and the denominator is 2 because we just copied the denominator. For 6 2/3, 6 multiplied by 3 is equal to 18, plus 2 is equal to 20. Now 20 is the numerator and 3 is the denominator, giving us a brand new fractions that are 20 over 3 divided by 3 halves. Next, we get the reciprocal of the divisor and change the process to multiplication. The reciprocal of 3 halves is 2/3. 20 over 3 multiplied to 2/3 is equal to, look at the numbers. Now, we cannot find any number vertical or diagonal that we can cancel out. So we have to multiply this. 20 multiplied by 2 is equal to 40. 3 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9. Our fraction answer is 40 over 9. Now, to change an improper fraction to mixed fraction, the whole number is from the quotient of the numerator by the denominator. That is 40 divided by 9. The numerator is the remainder in the division, and the denominator is still copying the denominator. Now, 40 divided by 9 is equal to 4. That gives us 36. 9 and 4, 9 multiplied by 4 is 36. And 40 less 36 is 4. Now, the whole number is 4, and the remainder 4 will be our numerator. The whole number is 4, the numerator is 4, the denominator is 9. Our answer, 4 and 4/9.
Please click the subscribe button and bell button for notifications. Thank you.
Let's try some more. This is another problem. Jana takes her medicine 3 times a day. How many days will a 60 ml medicine last if 2.5 ml is taken each time? Let's take note the given facts. 2.5 ml taken each time, 3 times a day, and a 60 ml probably bottle of medicine. Now, the question is, how many days will the 60 ml medicine last? Our sentence first, since we have a lot of given facts, we first analyze for 1 day. For 1 day, Janet takes 3 times and she takes 2.5 ml every time. So we multiply 2.5 ml by 3 times a day. Since we cannot multiply a mixed number, we have to change it into an improper fraction. And the improper fraction is 2 multiplied by 2 is 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 is our numerator, and copy the denominator 2. We have our improper fraction 5 halves ml multiplied by 3 over 1 per day, because the denominator of whole numbers is always 1. To multiply 5 and 3. These are the numerators. Our product is 15, and multiply the denominators 2 and 1. The product is 2. Therefore, our answer, 15 halves ml per day. But we are talking about a 60 ml medicine. How long will it take if Jana takes 15 halves ml per day? Now think of the process to be used. The process to be used is division. 60 ml divided by 15 halves ml per day. Now we take this as a fraction. 60 over 1 divided by 15 halves is equal to how many days? Since it is division, we change the sign to multiplication and take the reciprocal of the divisor. 15 halves, the reciprocal is equal to 2 over 15. Now we write it again. 60 over 1 multiplied to 2 over 15. Let's check if we can cancel out. I think we can cancel out 60 and 15 diagonally because they have a common factor. That is, the greatest is 15. Now 60 divided by 15 gives us 4. 15 divided by 15 gives us 1. I think that's easier to multiply. our brand new fractions. 4 over 1 multiplied to 2 over 1. Now we multiply 4 and 2 gives us 8. 1 and 1 gives us 1. That is 8 over 1. Since it is an improper fraction, we change it into a whole number. 8 divided by 1 is equal to 8 days. Let's have another example. J will divide his 112,000 among his 3 brothers. His elder brother will receive 3/4 of the amount, while the remaining amount is to be equally divided among the 2 younger brothers. How much will each of the younger brothers receive? Let's take note the given facts. 112,000, 3/4 of 112,000 for the elder brother. We do not know the amount for, or either the fraction for the 2 younger brothers, but what we know is each younger brother will receive equal amount. That is for the 2 younger brothers. Now, how do we do this? First, we compute for the fraction for the 2 younger brothers. Let's take 112,000 pesos as a one whole because that is the whole amount. So that is 1. We will subtract the part of the elder brother that is 3/4. We have 1 less 3/4. Now we think of a number or a conversion of 1 to make it easier to subtract 3/4. Remember that any fraction with the same numerator and denominator is equal to 1. 3/3, 2 halves is equal to 1. 5/5 is equal to 1. 4/4 is equal to 1. And if I will convert 1 into 4/4, it will be easier for me to subtract because they will be similar fractions. So now I convert 1 into 4/4 less 3/4. Now our rule in subtracting similar fractions is to copy the common denominator and subtract the numerators. Now we have 1/4. Now 1/4 share for the 2 younger brothers. Now we have to compute for the fraction for each younger brother. Since the share of the 2 younger brothers is 1/4 and they will receive equal shares, so we divide 1/4 by 2 or 2 over 1. Change the sign division into multiplication and take the reciprocal of the divisor, that is 2 over 1. We have 1/4 multiplied to 1/2. Now we can directly multiply it without cancellation because we cannot cancel anymore. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. Now the fraction for each younger brother is 1/8. But the question is how much will each of the younger brothers receive? It means the amount for each younger brothers. And the sentence for that is 1/8 of 112,000 pesos. And 1/8 of 112,000 pesos is multiplication. Dividing 112,000 by 8 gives us 14,000 pesos for each younger brother. I want to illustrate this problem into pictures for you to easier understand the operation that we have done earlier. Now I want to divide 112,000 pesos into 8. So assume that 112,000 is divided into 8. So each peso bill is equal to 14,000. 14,000 multiplied by 8 is 112,000. Now these 8 sets of peso bills are equal to 112,000. Remember, the elder brother will receive 3/4 of the amount. 3/4. 3 parts out of 4. Now I divided 8 bills into 4. So 3/4 is also 6/8. So we give 6/8 or 3/4 to the elder brother. We are left with only 1/4 because 3/4 and 1/4 is equal to 1 whole. Now the 1/4 is for the 2 younger brothers, but they will receive equal shares. So the younger brother 1 will receive 1 share and the younger brother 2 will receive 1 share. Have to divide it equally. We have 1 share, and remember, 1 share is equal to 14,000. Now that explains our solution earlier. To sum it up, in multiplication of fractions, first we should evaluate the fractions. We convert mixed fraction to improper fraction, and then we do the cancellation if we can find the greatest common factor for numbers in the fraction that are arranged diagonally or vertically. We can cancel that out. Then second, proceed to the operation. That is multiplication. Third, we evaluate the answer. We check if the answer is in the lowest term, and if it is not, we change it to the lowest term. Remember, only vertical and diagonal cancellation is applicable in multiplication of fractions. Let's also sum up division of fraction. Our first step is to evaluate the fractions. Convert mixed fraction to improper fraction. Second, we take the reciprocal of the divisor. And then, of course, we should change the division sign into multiplication sign. Then third, we evaluate the fractions. We can do the cancellation already if we are taking the multiplication sentence. Fourth is to proceed on the operation. That is multiplication, because we have changed the division sign into multiplication sign. And then we evaluate the answer if it is in the lowest term. Remember, there is only vertical and diagonal cancellation applicable in division of fractions. And that's the end of our lesson about multiplication and division of fractions. I really hope that you got a lot of tips from this video. This is to easier and faster manipulate the fractions through cancellation. And if you want to see more mathematics videos, hints, tips, and tricks, subscribe to this channel and ring the bell button. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for my next topic.